Beautiful song there. That was Travis Swain. And of course, anybody at home who's feeling anything that they need to have a chat to anybody at all, please make sure you pick up that phone, and you can get a hold of Lifeline on 131114, and you'll be able to get some help there. Travis, what a beautiful song, a very touching song, and I'm sure that hits home to a lot of people.
That song is a very unique song. The guy that produced me, Dave DeMay, we mentioned earlier, his brother is a huge songwriter in Nashville, and he's very well known for writing storyline songs. That song he actually wrote some years ago, and none of the big artists picked it up, because it's kind of weird the way Nashville works in the music scene in the States. Most of the songs that you hear from the big artists like Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan, yeah, they do write some of them, but there's a lot of those songs that those guys don't write at all that they pick up from the writers. And I was invited out to my very first writers' night, which is where you go and you kind of listen to all these songwriters that have these monster hits on the radio, and they're playing some of their new stuff and stuff that they wrote in the past years. And I remember sitting at the table with Dave. His brother Dan started playing this song, and I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, man, why in the heck ain't this on the radio? Yeah. What's wrong with people? So I'm listening, and when it's over, I look around, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house, because we had went through some really tough times back in the States with military and a lot of things with war and things that was going on at that time, and everything was really military focused. And I thought, man, that song needs to be played. That song actually led me to the Nashville Universe, which is a big independent group that was focusing at the time on a lot of independent artists that either chose not to be signed or that wasn't signed just yet. And the gentleman that owned it picked that song up and said, whoa, you got to start meeting people. This song is a smash. He said, it's the best song I've heard in 30 years. I didn't really realize the magnitude that song had until people started playing it at Veterans Day parades and things like that to honor our military, and you would be looking around and people would be, drying their eyes. I'm like, wow, this song really has that kind of impact.
And it doesn't have it just only for military. If you put it, like when I listened to it the first time, I thought, oh wow, that's a beautiful song, it's very touching. But then when you listen to it and to so many different factors of life, anyone can take that song and make it their own, and the feelings of feeling down and feeling back up again and where you're going, what you're doing. It is such a universal song that it touches everybody in one way or another.
And I agree, and that's kind of what I pulled out of it, because, just like when I wrote I'm Still Dad, that was a really low point in my life. As low as that point was, there was somebody out there, probably my next door neighbor, for example, that could have had it worse than I did. And that's kind of what, to me, that song represents, that no matter how bad you think you have it, or how bad that you had something, or what you went through, there's probably somebody within your neighborhood, or for sure within your city, that would love to be sitting in your position compared to the position that they're in.
It is okay to feel like that at times too. So as I said earlier, we do have a lifeline number over here, 131114, for anybody that even just wants to have a talk to someone. Are you okay? Or Beyond Blue. There are plenty of places out there to, even if you just want to have a bit of a chat about anything at all. Nothing's too big or too small for anyone to have a bit of a chat. We are talking to Travis Swain, and poor old Darren sitting here going, I'd like to get a word in edgeways somewhere here, but
no, that's okay. You're having a great convo, you two. I'm sitting back listening to the conversation, enjoying it.
I'm enjoying the accent. I'll tell you now, Travis, I do love your accent.
Oh, I love the accent down here, and the words that people use are so much different from mine. Like today, we were driving, and she said, "Yeah, just put your swimming trunks in the boot." I'm like, "The what?" And I'm looking at my shoes. And she says, no, that's what we call a trunk here. A trunk is a boot and a hood is a bonnet. We don't call them hoods and trunks. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm learning all kinds of new things. I'm loving it.
Now, see, Joe's been very kind to you, because I would have just let that ride and just watch you put them in your boots.
Joe has been amazing. We met through country music, and she supports a lot of independent artists. She's got her own business all about country music promotion, and she's been really good to me. When I decided I was going to take a vacation, I was looking at like Russia and Estonia and just some random places. And Joe said, no, you're coming to Australia. You got to come and stay with us.
Now, before we get going, we're going to play our third song from you. This is the title of the album. I Like It Already. Tell us a little bit about this track.
Well, I come from, there's a TV show, if anybody gets a chance, look up a TV show called Justified. It's a bunch of backwood rednecks in the middle of a high-stricken poverty county in the state of Kentucky. The town that I come from, there's probably not 20,000 people in the entire county. So the song I Like It Already is kind of like our life back home. We don't have the theme parks or the beaches. We have bars and drinks and things like that. And a lot of stuff that you hear in that song really goes on. I mean, you'll pull up at a bar and a fight will be breaking out or whatever, and people slinging gravel and giving girls drinks to get their attention. That's kind of the stuff that really goes on. When we cut that song and kind of made it a little more rockin', a little more modern country sounding, it really took off. And that's what we ended up titling the album was I Like It Already, because it just seemed to fit.
Thank you very much for joining us. Travis, how can our listeners get a hold of your music or find out a little bit more about you?
I have a Facebook page. You can go to facebook.com/official Travis Wayne. All the music and all the albums is on iTunes and Amazon. So if you're a Droid user, the Amazon MP3 app has them all. And then, of course, I keep that page updated. And then if you just want to add me on personally, just type in Travis Wayne, and I'll pop right up and shoot me a friend request, because I'm not one of those guys that thinks my private page has to be private. I have so many people on there I don't know who they are. But a lot of people choose to follow you a little more personal, and you'll see a lot more photos and a lot more adventures on that site. So either way is great, and I welcome all comments, good or bad. If you don't tell me any bad, I don't get better.
Well, there you go, listeners. Make sure you log on to official Travis Wayne or Travis Wayne. Look him up, make him a friend, and tell him that you heard him here on Sunshine FM and that we are glad. And welcome to Australia, Travis, and let's hope it's not too long in between drinks and we see you out here again.
Absolutely. I want to thank Tracy and the Big D at 104.9 Sunshine FM for taking the time to let me speak on their radio show tonight, and I am loving Australia.
Here he is, our final song for tonight with Travis Wayne, and I Like It Already.